Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whenever you're watching this video. We are going to go through the diction for several of the pieces we will be performing this semester. If it is in English, we're not going to do it. So for the Christmas concert, the Jesu Joy of Man's Desiring is all in English. There are no Latin words. We don't have to worry about that. Go to Ding Dong Merrily on High. So we have the first part of that, it's all in English, so that shouldn't be an issue. Just make sure your vowels are tall. So ding dong merrily on high and hang the bells, like that. But the Latin, Gloria, say that, Gloria. Now you have so you want to keep that vowel nice and tall. So you have Gloria, Hosanna, Hosanna in excelsis. Say that. Hosanna in excelsis. Good. Not in excelsis, but in excelsis. So tall vowels. The next piece we're going to look at is In Dulci Jubilo. So you have a mixture of English and Latin in this particular piece by R.L. Pearsall. So we start off in Latin. In Dulci Jubilo. Say that. In Dulci Jubilo. Yeah, not jubilo, but jubilo, right? And that means in quiet joy. And then the second verse of that same line is O Jesu parvule. O Jesu parvule. Not O Jesu parvule, but O Jesu parvule. Okay? And then we turn the page. And our next point of Latin occurs on page 43. And here, the first verse, we have in praesepio. Repeat that. In praesepio. Good. And then the second verse of that same line, you have O puer optime. O puer optime. Good. Then we jump ahead to page 44. First verse, we have matris in gremio. Matris in gremio. And that means in the mother's lap. And then the second verse on that same line on top of page 44, you have O princeps gloriae. Say that. O princeps gloriae. Okay? Then we drop down to the bottom of page 44, where those who are singing it, you have alpha s et o. Alpha s et o. And then the second verse of that is trae me post e. Trae me post te. It's a te sound, okay? It's more dentalized rather than explosive. So trae me post te. And then you repeat that 2 times. And then that's when you continue on from there. Then we go into the solo section on top of page 45, where we have O Patris Caritas. Say that. O Patris Caritas. And then the next line is O Nati Lenitas. O nati lenitas. Okay? Notice those vowels are really tall. O na, not o nati, but o nati lenitas. And the S goes on at the very last moment. And for that particular line, you're saying newborn mildness. And then the next little Latin section that comes in the solo section on page 45, second system, you have per nostra crimina. Say that. Per nostra crimina. Yes, by our crimes, by our crimes. Then you repeat that a little bit, and then you go down to the bottom of that same page, page 45. We have Heavenly Joy, and this is where you're singing Celorum Gaudia. Celorum Gaudia. Sorry, Gaudia, not Gaudier, Gaudia. I'm so familiar with Gaudier, but Gaudia. It's an A vowel, so it's an A sound. And then, so that is repeated by each section. And then we move on to our next area where it says, where be joy. So this is ubi sunt gaudia. Ubi sunt gaudia. Okay. And that's repeated a few times in each of the various parts. And then page 48, when the soloists are continuing on and the greater choir starts to come in, we're all in English at that point. The Latin does not come back until page 49, top of page 49, where we have Regis Curia. Say that, Regis Curia. And that just means at the king's court. And then I'm scanning to make sure I'm not missing any more Latin moments. Yes, and you say that in Regis Curia a couple more times on page 51, and then that's the end of the piece. So that is the diction for In Dulci Jubilo. The next piece we have is the Coventry Carol, which is all in English. So you just want to make sure that you're getting Luli Lula, thou little tiny child, bye bye Luli Lule. Okay, just make sure that we're getting those sounds. I think someone had asked me once on page 83, third system, that third verse where we say, for thy parting, it is neither, not neither, neither say nor sing by Luli Lule. Okay, hopefully that helps. The next piece is Lute Book Lullaby. That is all in English, except there are a couple of little interesting words that we want to be mindful of. But more importantly with this piece, and we will work on it during rehearsal, are the word orders and how they align with the individual notes. And then there are also lots and lots of accidentals. So you're going to have to take your time to practice those to make sure that they are absolutely accurate. So here we have Sweet Was the Song the Virgin sang when she to Bethlehem, Judah came. Okay. Then we have the on the bottom of that first page, Lula, 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 lullaby. Excuse me, Lula, Lula, lullaby. Okay, not lullaby, but lullaby. Lula, Lula, lullaby, sweet babe. Sang she, my son, and eek, like eek. Okay, a savior, not savior, savior born. Good. And that really is it with that. The break forth, O heavenly light, that's all pretty standard. There are no tricky rhythm things, word order things, nor pitch things. So those are the items that I wanted to touch base on in this recording when it comes to diction. So happy practicing.